Tonight at Sunwire, the noise won't come only from the stands, it will start in the club offices and echo onto the pitch. What was meant to be the confident fanfare of a title defence has been rerouted into an administrative thriller. La Liga's rules and a maze of paperwork have frozen several of Barcelona's summer arrivals, and the final team list before kick-off reads like a verdict on how well the club solved that puzzle. Sources now say Joan García is teetering on the edge of clearance, his name inching toward the team sheet, while Marcus Rashford's debut, for all the optimism around his signing, is being described by reporters as highly unlikely. That contrast is everything tonight. One newcomer may be available to slot into the squad while another waits in limbo, and the practical consequences are immediate. The complications aren't solely bureaucratic theatre, they shape the game plan. Robert Lewandowski's hamstring trouble has already removed Barcelona's established focal point up front, and without him, the coach must weigh makeshift solutions rather than pick his preferred polished option. That injury turned a registration headache into a tactical emergency. Hansi Flick, who won praise last season for steadying the ship, now faces a shrinking toolbox. If Rashford cannot be cleared, the no-9 burden falls on Ferran Torres, maybe Dani Olmo, maybe a reimagined front three where wide players must play as finishers instead of suppliers. The ripple effects are not tiny adjustments but decisions that alter pressing triggers, target runs, and where Barcelona look to create danger in the final third. For Joan García, the simplest narrative would have been a quiet debut, a new keeper stepping in under the radar. Instead, the context is volatile. He would arrive as a tactical insurance policy that only became possible after La Liga recognised Marc-Andre ter Stegen's problem as a long-term injury case and freed wage space. That bureaucratic ruling, clinical on paper, translated into immediate sporting leverage for the club. If Garcia's name finally goes through, it's because an administrative domino fell in Barcelona's favour. But Garcia's availability alone does not resolve a different shortage: attacking firepower. The club's officials explored financial guarantees and last-minute filings to try and register Rashford, even proposing mechanisms similar to past emergency registrations. Every euro and every paragraph of the rulebook counted. Yet the clock, public holidays and league bureaucracy can be stubborn. The result is an opening night where Hansi Flick must decide whether to trust youth, reshuffle the attacking pattern, or lean on players whose instincts were designed for other roles. Imagine a lineup where Ferran Torres becomes the makeshift spear, where Lamine Yamal and Rafinha convert width into a central presence, and where midfielders are asked for sharper late runs into the box. It will be less about the perfect striker finish and more about improvisation, timing and intensity. For supporters, this is discomforting because the team that lifted silverware looked complete on paper, its summer business marketed as reinforcement. Now the story reads differently. Talent on the payroll can be absent on match day because bureaucracy and injuries conspire. That dissonance feeds a new pressure. If Barcelona navigate the first night with composure, it will soothe question marks and suggest resilience. If they struggle, tonight could be framed as the first symptom of a campaign hampered by off-field issues. The human side matters too. Players who trained and travelled with the group, who took photo shoots in new shirts and rehearsed set pieces, now watch from the bench or behind forms awaiting clearance. Coaches must manage emotions as well as tactics, calm voices in the dressing room, quick reorganisations at half-time, and a willingness to let strategy bend to circumstance. In short, the lines drawn in the manager's notebook might have to be rewritten on the fly. So when the referee blows for kick-off, keep your eyes beyond the first touch. Watch who Flick trusts to lead the line, notice whether the goalkeeper who warmed up is the one who starts, and listen for the rhythm changes when the team loses its planned focal point. Tonight will tell us more than the final score. It could reveal whether Barcelona solved an operational crisis or simply papered over deeper constraints. Either way, the opening night will arrive not just as the first game of a season, but as a snapshot of how a champion manages sudden scarcity and whether ambition on the pitch can outpace complexity in the boardroom.